Hello and welcome to the Clan Show, your one-stop shop for all Clan fans. We've got a very full and packed Clan Show for you this month. All your regular features like the Head Buzz, Crossbar Challenge, competitions, Goal of the Month. There's even a little international feel as we talk to some of Clan's German friends who are over this month. There was also someone else came to visit us this month. Clan's captain of 3 years, Captain Keith, came into Braehead Arena to see his banner unveiled. Of course, I had a little catch up with him. Here's what happened when I talked to Clan's great number 8. Matt, big welcome back to Braehead. Exciting times, your banner's on the wall. Did you ever expect that to be the case? I remember saying to you before you left, you'll have one up there. Yeah. It's going to happen. Did you expect it?
No, I mean, it was kind of, it was definitely, humbling and honoring I was honored when Gareth had let me know. I think it was probably October, November, and it's very nice to come back and to see some old familiar faces and to see some people that we haven't seen in a long time, and even just today to be able to go grab lunch, at a place that we liked, and to to walk through our old neighborhood, and it's definitely an honor and nice to be back.
Well, first of all, before we get all back into it, how are you enjoying retired life at the moment? There must be those mornings when season's about to start, your body's kind of you must be waking up thinking it was going to happen. Did you find that odd to get used to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that, life, as everybody knows, it just gets so busy. Yeah. And, through the summer I started working, pretty quickly, and I'm very focused on trying to get into the fire department, and it does take a lot of effort and a lot of dedication. So I think that right away, you try to get yourself right back into, a regular life, and it certainly was a big adjustment. And
I suppose it's something that's quite unusual for fans. Maybe they don't. That's an insight that we'll never really get. You've gone through, youth. Committed to something, and then you've gone into adulthood playing it as well, and the commitment you have to get to the NHL as well, and then tour the world with it. Right. A lot of people, it may be interesting for us to to see what that's like when it suddenly changes and you're like, wow, it's like a fresh start, you start again, I guess.
Yeah, and that's just it, is all I've ever known is playing hockey, and I would like to think that I had a good head on my shoulders to know that it was going to end at some point, and you try the last couple of years that you're playing, you try to lay the groundwork for life after hockey, and you talk about it with your wife or your family, and you try to sort things out for what it's going to be like, and how things are actually going to look. But I don't think you could put a price on the experiences that we were able to get.
It's a crazy one though. If you had a chance now to take kind of stock, you've had that summer and now into the season now. I saw that Chelsea put together a fabulous gift for you, essentially an annual of your career, a fantastic gift, a really thoughtful gift. If you had a chance to take kind of stock as well, how do you look back on your time in the NHL, and how does your time with Clan compare to all your achievements throughout your career? From the fan base here, we're delighted to have you, and the head of hockey operations, Gareth, described you as the most important player we ever signed. I think there were so many lovely little tie-ups as well with your Scottish heritage and family here. How does that kind of compare? And you've got this annual now. Is that a big part of where your heart is from your career?
Yeah, I mean, I know that. That was probably one of the best gifts I could ever get, and Chelsea basically what it was there's a company that puts these books together, and they have access to files and newspaper articles and pictures that the normal public you couldn't just get.
Wow.
But Chelsea had put so much time and effort into finding stuff on our own as well and sending it to them, and it was basically just a log of my career. Yeah. Starting from junior and to go back and look at the newspaper articles and look at the the pictures that are in it. It definitely makes you think about stuff and think about certain times that you went through, and yeah, I mean, to look back at my career, I mean, I've said it before. I don't think that you look at players in the NHL and guys that have played in a certain place for 18 years, or NHL players who are getting to 1,000 games, or and the biggest thing, and I admire it the most out of those guys, is you see the consistency and how they're able to do it every single night, year after year after year, because that takes a lot,
I think just like the concept of that becoming normal is phenomenal, and even for yourself, like going into it, like it's interesting. You know, at the time, do you feel like is it possible to appreciate it? It's something that most people only ever see on television,
right.
And television has another gloss and glamour to everything anyway. The practicality when you do things when it's real and you've got a practical job to do must feel more mundane, even though it's special around it. Do you feel like you were able to like really appreciate it that first time you step out onto the ice in the NHL?
No, because at the time, I'm only 20 years old, and you think that this is gonna be the new normal,
yeah.
You know, and because I think that why wouldn't you think that, right? You that's what you've dreamt of your whole life, and you want to be an NHL player, so you don't really fully take, you know, it all in. Now you're to be able to look back at it, you know, and remember just the tiniest little things of how it used to be. You know, it's a pretty cool experience, and then, you know, the rest of my career being able to travel so much, you know, throughout the world, and being able to play as many games as I did in the American Hockey League, and then that leads you into going to Europe and all these different countries and meeting all these different people and playing with so many different players that you still keep in touch with, and then to have it all come to an end here in Braehead, and then now get to come back. It's like, yeah, it just brings back a ton of memories. It's a very humbling thing. Well,
here's an interesting question for you then. If we take out any NHL team, we take out Braehead Clan, just to take away any bias, what team tugs at your heartstrings the most? What team was the most special for you, one that you kind of think back to, the fans, or maybe number of games played, or maybe just the time of life or whatever? Is there a team that stands out in your career? Like you said, you travelled Europe, you've got AHL teams there. What team for you do you feel like, yeah, I'm that player?
I think, you know what, I think that everywhere stands out for a different reason. You know, I could say something about Norfolk in the AHL as being, that's my first time I played pro hockey, and yeah. You know, I was there for parts of 3.5 seasons, but maybe same thing, didn't realize while I was there how good of a place it was to play. I think playing in Abbotsford my last year in North America, it was right beside our hometown, so I got to live at home all year, but I would say probably besides, you know, obviously the NHL and Braehead, I'd say Örebro in Sweden was really special to us. It was the first year that Chelsea came with me, and you know, you could ask her, she had a really tough time the first couple of months, right. Really homesick and being away from family and being away from friends, and you know, and she really battled through that, and she basically, you know, fell in love with Örebro.
Wow. And
it was such a cool feeling.
And you guys are both blonde as well, so you would fit into that area as well. They probably thought you were locals at the time then as well. Yeah. So one thing I'd been interested as well, like playing for the Clan, this is going to be a difficult one for you. Who would you say was like your best friend out of hockey? Who's the guy that you've met that you would count as like your best buddy that you met through playing hockey? I'm not talking about your best friend at school or whoever you're bet. Is there a guy that's like been a best bud?
That's too hard to say. You mean like professionally or?
Okay, well, let's narrow it down then. Just at Clan. Who would be your Clan best bud?
That's so hard. It's such a tough.
I'm trying to get you to lose friends here now.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the toughest question. I mean, obviously the first person that comes to mind would be Stefan Meyer. Right. He was, you know, he was the kind of guy that could just, like, he just cared a lot. He cared a lot about hockey, cared a lot about the way he was playing. And, you know, he had some, but I think probably a little bit underappreciated. We realized when he was gone, you know, but Stefan could score goals. You know, he could put the puck away, and we became friends when we played in Abbotsford together. And yeah, he was just he was a big part of the team.
And you guys were line mates together for so much of that time spent here as well. Yeah, Braehead and teamed up well.
Yeah, and you get to know kind of how Stefan plays, and you know how I played, and we kind of would. Yeah, we got along really well. We would always, if it was practicing out of town or whatever, we'd drive there together, and then, you know, it's too hard to pick. You know, obviously.
You keep in touch with Stefan now though quite a lot. Do you keep in touch with a lot of guys from your time at Braehead?
For sure we do, and obviously Scott Arson is one of the guys that I felt as though, you know, if I wasn't the captain here, I would have said Scott Arson could have been the captain, he was just a glue guy. You know, he was the kind of guy that you knew every single day coming to practice what you were going to get. You knew every single game what you were going to get from him. He was completely 100% bought into being a hockey player, to playing for the clan, giving everything he had for the team. And then of course you get your Jamie Fritsch and Scott Pitts and the exact same thing. Like that, you know, those years we had those guys that just, you could probably ask the people in the front office, never complained about a single thing. Like, just came, you knew what you were going to get from them. They were great teammates, good guys. And yeah, your Matt Haywood, that, I mean, you know, there's a reason he's been here as long as he has. And, you know, you keep in touch with him a lot. And you know, Barry McKenzie and Zach Sullivan, Peacock, these guys that just, yeah, just some good people, and you make good friendships. You know, we saw Kyle Jones and his wife Heidi a couple months ago, probably. They were back home visiting, so we went and saw them, and yeah, it was just like you get together with them and chat, and it's like you never left each other, you know.
So those team bonds you never lose that kind of dressing room kind of friendship.
Yeah.
It stays. It's quite a bond, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, Chris Frank and Zach Fitzgerald, and you see these guys on Instagram, and there's people you don't talk to all the time, but you know, you keep in touch with them. And I sat beside Neil Trim for a couple of years in the dressing room, and he's just an awesome guy. You know, haven't talked to him since the day he left Braehead, but I know that if we saw each other, we would pick right back up. He's a good guy. He was a great teammate, and we had a lot of that here when I was here. So
what would you think when you look back? Because I mean, you were here during like essentially an unprecedented period of growth, not just for the club, but people really were sitting up and taking notice, going, this club's really growing really quickly here. Obviously, Finner was a huge part of that as well, but things were working really well for the club. Gone from just in a few years, 800 fans and sellouts are happening. Did you feel that kind of growth? And what season would you pick as being your apex, your favourite season for while you were here? Well, I think it's hard. It's tough to go back on. You know, obviously the first season, qualifying for the Champions League. Looking back, to lose the league late in the season the way we did, that was super tough. But you know, to look back at it now, say, wow, that was pretty fun to play such meaningful games from, you know, December right through to the end of the season. So I think it took everyone by surprise really that season. I remember like even talking to Gareth like early in that season, and I think we'd only had a couple of months gone, and he was like going, don't want to kind of ruin it, but this is kind of like, this is championship form. Yeah. Like, don't tell anyone I said that. And then there enough, like it's just into a point or so, you know, it's crazy. Well, and that a lot of that had to do with how Finner was. And he was good at coaching the group that we had, you know, and we made adjustments. And I think if you remember back, we had Chris Frank, we had Brett Jeff Smith and Zach Fitzgerald, these guys who are more of the tougher, rugged, stay-at-home defensemen, but everybody bought into the systems. You know, and nobody was expected to do more than, you know, the first half of the season was, I remember Lee Salters was playing on a line with Trim and Pitt, right? And Lee would, you know, Lee's one of those guys, I would say. I saw him a few months ago, and he's just a great guy and great teammate. And Lee would come, wow, they're not passing me the puck. They're not passing me the puck, because Pitter and Trimmer had this thing on the power play where they could throw ridiculous sauce passes back and forth. And then I'm like, and I said, well, what do you want me to do? And I said, well, I mean, I could go talk to Finner. I'm like, but I can't see him taking you off that line because you guys are having so much success. So I'm like, just keep working hard. And then all of a sudden he did. Lee came to come play with me and Steph in the last half of the year, and we ended up having, you know, quite a bit of success. You know, when we talk about the culture at the club and things like that, we see like these jerseys here now and all the designs of them and all these kind of things. When we talk about the culture, obviously so much was that from day one, the work that was done by the early groups of people that come in here, work so hard to get the team off the ground. But another term seems to be around that time that you were here and Finner was here. That was another kind of type of culture. And when I've talked to people, almost any players that have left from any of those eras, there's a real affection towards Clan. I wonder if people, you know, because the team's only been here such a short period of time, I think maybe fans might even be surprised by the real affection people have for obviously their time in hockey, but specifically at the Clan. Is that something you've found when you've talked to these guys? Once a Klansman, always a Klansman kind of vibe. You know, that was really, you know, a team for them. No, and obviously I can't speak for anybody else, and I know that, you know, for example, I obviously know players that have moved on, gone and played somewhere else, and you do keep in touch. And I think it's that there's such a pride thing
with this team, and there's that feeling you get when you go out onto the ice here and you have the fans chanting the way they do, and you feel it more when you lose. And you know, it's just one of those things where I think that the people who support us really support us, you know, and everybody has their right to complain and all that when, you know, when things aren't going well. But I think that the most successful players that have been here have been guys that actually, you know, just feel it and want to be a part of something, because it's bigger than just a player. I know the team's new. It's bigger than just an individual. It's a team. It's an organization. It's a whole fan base. It's something that I probably, you know, didn't really experience anywhere else.
Yeah, well, it certainly felt like from a fan perspective that we achieved a lot in time here. It was an absolute pleasure having you play for the team, and delighted to have you back over here. Any chance could you ever see yourself back in the Elite League in a coaching role, anything like that ever take your fancy? No. Would you ever say yeah? Would you ever say no?
I guess you just have to see with where you're at, you know, in life, and I'm doing quite a bit of coaching right now.
Great.
And I do really enjoy it. I want to stay involved in hockey, but right now my focus is 100% on, you know, getting into the fire department, and you know, if that doesn't work out, then of course you would look at what else there is, but right now I want to keep my focus there.
Right, that wasn't a no. I'll take it. That's all I was hearing after that. I forgot the fire brigade stuff. Yeah. Matt, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy your stay here.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, there you have it. It's just good to know that his banner's hanging up in there, a fitting tribute for a great captain. Right, it's time to talk about great goals now, and there's only really one that we should pick this month. Tyler Schofield. He doesn't hang about.
Brendan Brooks is out through illness as well. He's not here tonight, but he is listening. Good evening, Brendan. As the Clan get an early start. It's Schofield! Far out in front with 9 seconds on the clock. Straight away, Tyler Schofield with the open goal. Clan won the face-off in the centre circle. The puck played in from the right-hand side. Schofield through the centre, lifted it into the top corner of Kevin Nastiuk's net, and already the Clan are a goal to the good. The best possible start for the Clan.
Wow, Tyler Schofield there, 9 seconds. I'm pretty sure that must be Clan's fastest goal of all time. We'll have to try and get that confirmed. Right, well, it was a busy weekend for the club, not least of all because we had 2 home games in one weekend, but we also had some friends over visiting from Germany. A group of fans over from Mannheim. Shame we didn't get the right results for them, but I'm pretty sure they had a good time anyway. Have a look at this. Okay, we have with us here Stefan and Christian. Thank you very much, guys, for coming today. So, what was the reason for your trip over to Scotland? Have you been here before?
We have been here before. I was here in the operational season.
Yeah, I've been here for the second season of the Clan, and also before the Clan and the Scottish Eagles. So I'm quite familiar to Scotland.
Fantastic. And what's the connection then with Mannheim and Braehead Clan? How's this connection developed?
In December 20 years ago, the Scottish Eagles played, I think at that time it was called European League game against Mannheim, in Mannheim. And from there, a lot of friendships evolved, and we're seeing each other like every second of the year.
That's fantastic. And you had some Clan fans over in Mannheim recently, didn't you? Were they well behaved?
Yes, we had,
to some degree.
And to make the connection special, John Tripp, the actual coach of the Braehead Clan, was a former player in Mannheim. So
yeah, I think John's actually asked to speak to you as well, so we'll sort that out as well. So what are you expecting from tonight? Have you seen a big difference in the team? You said you came in the inauguration season. Yeah. Have you seen a big difference in how the team's developed since then?
Actually, yes. I've been to the game, the European League game in Ingolstadt 2 years ago, and I've seen a team that's improved very much compared to the inaugurational season. So yes, I see a lot of development here, and it's really exciting.
Great. And what have you been doing over here in Scotland? Have you been? It's not just hockey you're here for, I'm guessing, yeah?
No, we just said meeting friends from Glasgow, from the Clan. Today we've been to the Augmentation Distillery. We just
bit of whiskey, nice.
Just for having fun, having a good time.
Thank you very much for coming. Hopefully you bring us some luck tonight.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Yes, confident.
Hallo, servus.
Hallo, servus.
Wie geht's?
Gut und selbst?
Ah, gut, danke. So, was macht ihr hier? Kommt ihr eigentlich ziemlich? Kommt ihr oft hier, oder?
Wir waren jetzt schon, also ich für mich das zweite Mal hier in Glasgow, er war schon 3-mal hier. Ja. Und die ganze Verbindung ist entstanden 1998, als die Vorgänger, die Scottish Eagles, gegen die Adler Mannheim noch im Friedrichspark gespielt haben, in der Europa League.
Ja,
schon lange.
Yeah, great to have the German fans over there, and pretty cool to see John slickly switch into his German mode there. I wonder if he supports Germany or Canada at the Olympics. I'll have to get into his head about that one. Anyway, in the meantime, it's going to be Anya and Sophie who get into the head of Felix Antoine Poulin. Will he get buzzed? Okay, Felix, are you ready for your head buzz?
Yes, let's go.
You're going to survive it?
Yeah.
Okay, the timer's on. You've got a minute. Take it away. Go.
What's your karaoke song?
Living on a Prayer.
How many months have 31 days? What's your
6.
favourite pizza topping?
Of what?
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
What colour of tape do you use for your stick?
Black.
Have you ever broken any bones?
Yes.
DC or Marvel?
DC.
How many planets are in our solar system?
10.
What's your favourite black and white animal?
Dog.
Have any hidden talents?
Nope.
Do you know what an Oakster is?
Nope.
Which player would you go on holiday with?
Jacob Doody.
What are you happy about being bad at? Favourite NHL team?
Montreal Canadiens.
Ghost, real or fake?
Fake.
Which player spends the most time in front of a mirror?
Jacob Doody.
Favourite referee, Hallis or Craig? Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
What's your number one pet hate? What is a cookie dumpling?
I don't know.
How do you spell Mississippi?
M-E-S.
Who won the Super Bowl in 2016?
Patriots.
What's your favourite smell?
Stop!
Oh my god.
Well done,
What
girls.
is this?
How are you feeling at the end of that?
What
Felix?
is this? That's way too much.
Well done. You've officially survived, kind of, your head
Cool.
buzz.
Nice.
Well done, girls. That's
Thank
a
you.
success.
Nice. Awesome.
Wow. Felix Antoine Poulin there with his head well and truly buzzed. Well done, girls. Great stuff. More from them next month. In the meantime now, it's Jordan Boessa, Clan's young Super Scot in the Crossbar Challenge. Can he ring that bell? Let's have a look at the Crossbar Challenge. Next up is Jordan Boessa.
Jordan actually had a moustache a couple of days ago. I don't know why he shaved it. Jordan, why did you shave your moustache? Why did you have a moustache, Jordan? Make you look older?
Jordan Boessa there got rid of his moustache for November.
Yeah, but he didn't raise any
No
money
Movember.
for no.
Well, okay.
Tried to be a trendsetter. And he's off.
And he's off on you go. Jordan Boessa, he's got previous here. Oh, it's close.
Not really.
Jordan Boessa, a couple of seasons ago, he managed to hit it though.
Did he?
Yep, a couple of seasons ago.
How old was he then? 12?
It was unbelievable. 14.
Right, come on, the camera's not rolling, stick handler. Get
Okay,
the puff in the blue
second
line. There he goes.
Yep, can he replicate what he did as a 14-year-old? Here he comes. Big wind up. Oh, it was measured. It was
close.
lovely.
That was close.
Lovely, lovely spinning.
That was close.
Spinning shot, but just
Oh,
not
well.
enough. Oh, unlucky there, Jordan. Maybe we'll get someone ringing that crossbar bell next month on the Clan Show. Right, okay, it's competition time. And if you would like to have a chance of getting your hands on a limited edition Clan Show Valentine's jersey, all you have to do is answer the following question. Who did Matt Keith score his first Clan goal against? Was it A, Asiago? Was it B, Ingolstadt? Or was it C, the Dundee Fly Cap Giants? What a team they were, by the way, unbelievable. Let's be honest, it's usually A anyway, isn't it? Right, okay, maybe it's not, maybe I'm just tricking you this time. To enter, all you have to do is get the right answer, tweet us at BrayHeadClan and have the link to this show. So you need the right answer at BrayHeadClan and the link to this show. You need all three elements to be correctly entered into the competition. Time to announce last month's competition winner. That is Debs Nagel at Debsy1985. Congratulations, Debs. To pick up your prize, make sure you email Sean at BrayHeadClan.com. Congratulations to you. We'll see you next month for the Clan Show. Thank you very much for joining us. See you later.